No, don't go anywhere. This isn't cute. It's time to face it. You have a problem. You hold on to inanimate objects that have no intrinsic value and place human qualities on them as a projection of your need to be close to someone or something, and that needs to change. And yes, I'm talking to myself. Hi, welcome to my channel. Stupid! I am so stupid. The other side. I have a week before I leave. I just spent $400 on a trailer from U-Haul to lug all of my stuff back to Michigan, only to realize that I don't want anything. I have so much stuff. I've been lugging this stuff around with me for 4 years now, plus some, but like, I'm saying 4 years because college. I've been lugging stuff around that I don't need, that I don't care about. Like, look at this. Look at this. This has been sitting on my dresser all year. Empty candles. I mean, I don't like wasting, and I try to find new uses for things, I guess, but for the most part, I just keep stuff. And that's why I'm here spending $400 on a trailer to lug around empty jars and giant pieces of paper. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I am a hoarder. I hoard clothes. I hoard objects. I hoard past projects, past textbooks. I hoard other people's opinions. I hoard everything. I've long accepted the fact that I'm a hoarder as a cute little quirk of mine, but slowly started to realize that it is the reason I have a hard time remembering, completing menial tasks, and overall, I don't know, just being an organized, functioning person consistently. I am sometimes, but consistently. I really don't mean hoarder in like a completely physical sense. Like when I said I hoard other people's opinions, I mean I really hoard other people's opinions. I'm constantly trying to make sure what I'm doing pleases as many people as possible, or is okay in the eyes of as many people as possible, and it really just clutters my mind and gives me zero space to actually think about what it is I want. But besides that, I do also hoard so many things. As you could see in the video where I'm about to move, and I just have too much stuff, and I'm trying to figure out so badly how to take it with me to back home. I had this like epiphany. I was like, I don't need anything anymore. All that to say is why I'm becoming a semi-minimalist. I say semi-minimalist because I'm an artist and also very sentimental person. So becoming a full minimalist is borderline impossible for me at the moment. I know, of course, if I got rid of everything right now, I would be fine. I would be able to like figure it out and function. But in terms of, you know, what I want to do, I don't want to do that. I have a lot of things that I need. I would like to have. I'm doing all of this in the form of like a room makeover because it was just overdue. My room was a mess before, and this was like a good opportunity to do it. This is part of that makeover. It looks bad. It looks better on camera as far as I can see, but it does look bad. And yeah, but besides that, I'm quite proud of my progress. Anyways, this is me decluttering my life. My first plan of action was to organize all of the stuff I didn't give away. My dad and I drove home, and I came back with the rest of it because I was just gonna figure out all of this back here. So when I came home with my car full of things, I dropped it all on the floor. So I live in the basement. I have a nice room. It's very spacious and everything. But when I'm not here, it turns into a storage area essentially, and also a house for many, many bugs. And so what I did was I took everything that was in my room that didn't belong to me, Those basically my sisters or my parents' little random items, and I threw them away. Which sounds harsh. It sounds really, really harsh, but it had been there legitimately all 4 years I'd been in college, and I knew they didn't need it because they didn't even know it was there. So I kind of used that same approach with my own things, where I saw it and I was like, did I know this was here? Did I remember this was here? And if I didn't, I basically either threw it out or gave it to somebody else. That depended on like genuinely how valuable it could have been to other people. For example, my pom-poms, I don't think anyone needed that, so I threw it away. Yeah, I found a lot of old posters, a lot of things that are genuinely nice, and I think maybe a more rational, normal person would have probably kept, because they did, or they should have held some sentimental value. But as Marie Kondo once said, if it doesn't spark joy, throw it away. I don't know if that's how she said it. That's not a direct quote. Basically, a lot of things I got from, for example, my cheer team in the past, like posters with everyone's signature and da-da-da-da. I didn't care, so I threw it away. I also had so much more clothes. Why do I have so many clothes? When it comes to my room, I was going for a very clean and neutral theme. I really have been getting into just white. I also like black and I like blue, but blue is a controversial color for me because it's what I've been saying for years. I don't know if I actually liked blue or if I just thought I needed to choose a favorite color, but blue is a nice color. So I don't know. I have a lot of blue things. I've been getting into the color green recently, but I don't have anything green. That's besides the point. So for the layout of my room, my bed it just felt off. I never liked the location of it. Whoever set it up just kind of like put it there and was like, this is your bed, and I was like, okay. So what I decided to do to give myself a little bit more walking room so I could have a little hallway like thing is I put my bed on this side and essentially made it its own little room just because of the way that the walls work. And then I also hung my lights up just to sort of solidify that area. Like it looks very much like that side of the room is like for my bed and for resting. Then I had a really cool idea. I wanted a cubicle. I always used my desk space for like my makeup as well. My work area was also the place where I had my makeup and did all that. And it always just got filled with makeup stuff and was never used as a desk because it just didn't feel right. And then I would do my work or homework on the bed, and then that wouldn't work out because I would just want to sleep when I was on my bed. So it was a mess. I built my desk, and then I took my dresser that was already in my room and pulled it over to the corner where my window is. I was really surprised with how like nice it looked. Since my bed is facing this way, when I hop out, it just makes sense for me to go in this direction to open up my dresser and get my clothes. Then when I go inside, it's like a whole little cubicle area, and I forget it's a dresser because the back is just kind of solid. It all works out. I got a shelf. I didn't buy one. I got one that my sister ordered ages ago that she never built. It was just sitting in the laundry room forever. I brought that down to the basement, into my room, set it up, and pushed it in the little bit of space I had left over for where my desk was. I set up my whiteboard, I added some lights around it, and I have this perfect little cubicle now, and I have a shelf where I can access things. It's lovely. And I didn't have to actually buy a cubicle. I have no idea how much cubicles are, but I feel like they're probably expensive, no? Cleaning up took a long time. I sorted through so many things. It's ridiculous how many things I owned. Just so much useless stuff, you know? Like stuff that was really nice in theory. Old birthday cards and old projects that I was proud of, but I just never look at those things. It's nice. Don't get me wrong, it's really nice, but then they just sit there for years collecting dust and space. All of the furniture, by the way, is not stuff I'm taking with me. My mom is really big on me having a place when I come back home, because I was like, I don't need any of this stuff anymore. Send it all away. And she was like, no, you will have a bed and you will have a nice room when you come home. So I took that opportunity to make it look really, really nice. I also sorted through all of my clothes, the ones that I brought back and the ones that were already here, paired with the question of if I had worn it in the past 8 months. If I hadn't, then they were no. And I'm gonna make a whole video about that later, because that was stressful. Clothes and food, that's what gets me, but you can't really hoard food unless you don't eat it. I organized my essential art things into my chest. I forgot to say, another reason I'm doing this is because I want to travel. I like to travel. I've traveled my whole life, and I'm not really good at like being static in one state or country for too long. So I just kind of see myself traveling a lot in the future, and I can't do that if I have so much stuff. I put the side table that was in my room by the door as kind of like a little, I don't know what to call it, but it feels nice, and I can still reach it for like putting my glasses there and stuff for when I sleep, but it really makes it feel so like apartment-y. If that makes sense. It doesn't feel like just a room. It feels like an entrance before you come into my home. I use a little corner of my room for storage because I don't have underbed storage, which has such value. I got rid of so many things, and I'm really proud of myself because I think out of everyone in the house, I'm like the most like, oh no, I can't get rid of this because it means this to me or whatever. But I was able to kind of separate that feeling of like I can't lose this to like, would I be okay if I lost this? And my room looks so lovely. It's like a whole different space now. I'm still not done. I don't think I'm ever going to be done because I'm always going to be accumulating stuff throughout my entire life. But as I go, I think I've definitely learned how to manage that and how to make sure that I'm never getting to the point of where I was at, where I'm spending $400 to transfer trash essentially from one place to another. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it was calming. I hope it was informative. I don't think it was very informative. I don't see how this could be very informative because I don't know anything. But I hope it like gave you some ideas and maybe sparked some aha moments for you. If anything, I hope you enjoyed listening to my voice for however many minutes this is. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Who was it? Huh? Oh, I'm still making that video. No, it's okay. I'll be done in a little bit though.